Well, Danny, when we got together before the season, I remember us talking about, with regards to the football program, excitement and expectations. Excitement, check, right? Expectations, 10-2. I'd say that's pretty good. What's impressed you about what Coach Heupel, his staff, and these players have accomplished this season?
Really excited about being in the first ever 12-team playoff. It's a big deal. It's a next step in the growth of our program. I think our best days are still ahead of us, and that could even include this season. We got a lot to play for, chasing a national championship.
No doubt about that. So it is on to the college football playoffs. Great opportunity for the program, but also great exposure, for the brand, for the University of Tennessee, isn't it?
No question. The television viewership and the amount of eyeballs we had on us all season. The Vols deliver. We have the best fan base in sport. Unfortunately for some of us hosting the games and covering the games, that means a lot of night games, as we saw this year. But that means we're popular, and great publicity for the university.
All right, playing in Columbus, obviously we would have loved to have had a home game here at Neyland Stadium, but it's off to the Horseshoe in Columbus, Ohio. What were your thoughts when you saw Tennessee playing another pretty good brand in Ohio State?
Yeah, disappointed that we didn't get a chance to host a game. I think we deserved that, earned that in the Southeastern Conference to go 10-2 with the quality wins that we had against some really formidable opponents. And sometimes I think people forget how good that team was when we played them. And they were top 25 when we played them, and that kind of gets lost in the conversation later in the season. But really excited. We control our own destiny. What happens between the lines, it doesn't really matter where it is. And on that particular Saturday, about 8-9 days from now, it'll be in Columbus, Ohio.
Dan, that brings me to my next question. A lot of anxiety, if you will, stressful moments for not just our fan base and our team, but other schools waiting to see if they get in. And a lot of the times it's kind of subjective with the committee. And I've heard you say it might be neat in the future to have computer rankings determine who gets into the playoffs, whether it's 12-team, 14, 16 in the future. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I like the old BCS ranking system. Yeah. I think the problem with the old BCS was the amount of teams, not the ranking system.
Right.
And it was human polls and computer polls all jumbled into one, but everyone understood what was inputted into the formula. It's hard to complain about what the output is then if there's that much transparency around it. I don't think that we should be asking a committee to make decisions with subjectivity and so much on the line. It's not just obviously the experience for the student athletes. It's a once in a lifetime experience for many, but the amount of money involved and everything, I'd like to see some more objectivity.
Well, Danny, late August, getting into the season, you extended your ride here on Rocky Top, and I know a lot of fans are excited about that. What's the journey personally been like for you so far?
Been awesome. This university, our leadership, my boss, Chancellor Plowman, our president, Randy Boyd, our board chair, John Compton, they've all over-delivered in every way possible. What they said would happen has happened, the way they've supported everything we've tried to do to build the best athletic department in the country. We have enormous ambition. We are not anywhere close to a finished product and continue to keep our foot on the accelerator.
Danny, it blows my mind from the outside looking in. I can only imagine you in the chair upstairs having to deal with a lot of this stuff. You're talking about NIL, compensation for players, renovations, fundraising, the ever-changing challenge of the business of college athletics. Tell me a little bit about that and what you have to do on a daily and weekly basis.
It could be a moving target a little bit, but what hasn't changed is resources lead to championships. That's been a constant my entire career. That's been our focus since coming to Tennessee. We've built our budget by over $100 million in the last 3 years. That's a testament to our fan base, selling out Neyland Stadium with now a waiting list of over 20,000. Selling out the Food City Center with a huge waiting list in men's basketball. We're getting our women's basketball season ticket base back to where it was. Softball and baseball both sold out. All those things matter, allow us to support our programs at levels that our competition maybe can't and give our coaches competitive advantages. In this era of NIL and talent acquisition and talent retention, it matters even more. There's never been so close a connection between resources and competitive success.
Oh, no question about that. And I got to read this, but it's hard to find a better stretch for UT athletics than what we've had and experienced here in the last year. The only school in the country to make the football playoff, College World Series in baseball, national champs, Elite Eight in men's basketball last year, and now Coach Barnes and company, they're #1. It has been quite a stretch, hasn't it?
2024 has been good for the Vols.
It has.
And hopefully we finish up the rest of the year on as high of a note, and maybe we can make 2025 even better.
Well, Danny, good luck with the Volunteers up in Columbus, and go Vols.
There we go. Go Vols.